Okay, so someone wanted a visual toward making a pin board, and I will try my best. So I will add a reference image just so that I have the ability to actually make the thing I want. I put it in downloads, and this is the image I want. Pretty simple. Four colors: the tan, the blue, the black, and the white. We're just gonna keep it simple, no shading or whatever. I would then create a object. So just a cube, or it's probably better to do a plane later, but cube right now, because essentially what we're doing is we're measuring out the print bed. The bamboo, I think, is 256. 256. Doesn't really matter what the Z is, but essentially we are trying to determine how big we're going to make this. So I'm going to size it up. Let's not make it the full print bed. It still has to account for the color tower. This looks fine to me. I mean, it'd be somewhere probably like right here or something, and then the print tower goes up here. So with that being said, it's still going to be like that's still large enough for pin board. So um, to actually make the object itself, I think it's easier to do curves. So we do a Bezier curve. Um, I'm gonna kind of be doing mindless stuff. I mean, we don't need the original one. I go back into Z. I'm going to pick out the draw one on the left. And I'm not even gonna bother like actually trying to create it. I just need lines, to be honest, so I can use extend. And so we're actually gonna make the image a little bit more transparent by going to like the last thing. Or hold on, I'm in edit. You can't be in edit. You have to go into object mode. So turn on opacity, make it halfway so I can actually see the lines. Bezier curve, cool, I can see all the points. In fact, yeah, they're lower, so I'm just gonna raise them up so it's easier. At this point, it's just gonna be a bunch of line work. In fact, I'm probably just gonna get rid of most of these parts, because I mean, in reality, I just need some straight lines. I can create more afterward. Just need a very faint outline. Doesn't even, I mean, I don't even care about the jaggedness right now. You could easily just create or subdivide more and then get a better, smoother line later. But I mean, that looks fine. I mean, I'll just show you just kind of what I mean regarding subdividing. I mean, look at that smooth line. You can always get rid of them too again if you need to like edit the lines, because I mean, you can see that they're kind of like not matching up here, but when you actually do, like, it kind of still needs a little readjustment, but not too worried about that right now. We're going to keep adding lines. We're going to connect those later. Again, not too caring about what's going on, although why? Oh yeah. Let's lower this. Just so I don't have to worry about that. Doesn't even matter that they're like this. What we're going to do is we're going to select all, we're going to do scale, we're going to do Z 0. And it's all connected it up again. One of the cooler, well, I guess one of the important things to kind of know is that if like it's like a straight, I mean, you could do it like this, so I got a better idea. You could do it like this where there's still some sort of bend to it, but like say you didn't really want that, what you could do for like a more straighter edge is hit V and go free, so instead of having to always deal with like them moving together, V will free that one so you can make it literally just like a sharp edge. Not useful for this one, but I mean, sometimes you kind of need to. other than that, I'm just going to be kind of matching up the lines. Essentially, what this is doing for me is it is... I'll probably just get rid of it. Let's do it this way. It is creating the vectors that I need to edit nicer later. I probably will need that. It's open to avoid it, but I mean, it's no big deal. And I could also just kind of freelance it anyway. It doesn't really have to connect, but... In fact, I could probably just do it all right now, too. I could just keep that one as that, but I'm gonna make a quick change. Doesn't need to be perfect yet, so not gonna worry about it. Basically just fill out all the lines. You see, something like this would need the V free and then probably just much nicer. Doesn't need to be perfect, so I'm not worried about it. This is probably going to be another V free. Oh, I mean, it kind of looked better if it had some bit of curve. Yeah, maybe I subdivide. This one. Regardless, when you take away the picture, looks pretty clean. Continuing down. Make the teeth. You know what? I mean, all the extra details too, shoot. You know what? We'll keep it simple. Full detail. Circles here. And yeah, I mean, the nice simple shape anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and fix these. It's probably look better if they were rounded, so put it like over here. Gonna turn that back into a line so it goes curve. Yeah, we're gonna spike it a little bit. Good enough. Better. Oh my god, I have a lot of vertices. I mean, to be honest, this is probably just going to be most of your time. I mean, there's another thing you can do too. there are tools that will convert things into like SVGs, which is like a uh vector kind of format, which apparently you can import. I mean, if you ever needed to import anything, STLs can come in, 3MFs, object files from other like non 3D print stuff. I'm satisfied with it. Hmm. It's not a bad curve right off the bat. Yeah, I'll free it. Shit, I should have added an extra line. I'll do that. At least that gives me a point to talking about like merging the lines at the end. Also, I mean, I'm pretty new to all this. I'll put it close enough so I can merge them later. Good enough, fine. Oops, I kind of did too much. Good enough, fine. It's round enough. Let's fix the fin. Good enough. Is that? It doesn't look like it bends. What does it look like without? This looks kind of straight, so I'll keep it straight. It's together though. In fact, I probably could have just to save me some time. Looking good. Damn. We want to keep it on the inside. Makes it easier when you actually have to go through. With making kind of like a barrier kind of thing. Jump, I should probably keep it. I don't think it looks better with more of a curve anyway. Hmm. Can I add another one just kind of pop it out a little bit? Looks better. Might need to do another one. Depends on how this one goes. Yeah, I'm gonna need another one just because the jacket is making it a little too much. Good. And enough. I don't see like any weird because like if you pull it out too much, it kind of looks weird with the way it connects. So should be able to be solved in two. Nice healthy ear. Bring that back. I just hit an F to merge them together. I don't know if that's gonna look good on the 3D print. It's fine, but I like it. Kind of. It's good enough. Can I get away with a 3 though on this? Probably could if I put it at the. Ooh, good. Need to dial it back though. Oops. I'm satisfied enough with it. I say as I keep touching stuff. Got distracted with something. Wait, I just realized, why are the noses like that? Weird. Yeah, keep that, get rid of, merge these. Push that down. Not bad. Probably better if I do this. You know what? I think we don't even need that. Looks good enough. And then if we do a subdivide, yeah, pretty clean. We'll do more later. It's just easier to kind of get a better circle around it. Then we get another circle for the eye. It'd be better if I just, yeah, let's do that again. I'm probably gonna need another one. Unless I get away with this. Certainly cannot. Too much. Don't like it though. Wait. Get a little rounder at least. Ooh, I like that. I hope. Outer first. Way too many vertices. Just looking for a simple circle. 4 should be good. Ooh, got this off. It kind of looks right. Yeah, it's gonna look off if I do that. Out more, in more. Oh. You know what? That's not that bad. The pupil. Keep it simple until we actually have a form. No, that was pretty good. Just start. Let's move this over a little bit. I bet if I remove that, yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Not as happy with this now. Because maybe it looks better. Kind of. That kind of. Oh. It'll have to do. Teeth, the ears, and then these, and then it just looks like ears and where that. I just want like a nicer round. In fact, I could probably just get rid of that. Bring it back later. Looking a lot better. I keep doing things that it's not really letting me to do. I'm supposed to keep the shape, and I'm just making the full shape because I don't really want to extend. Maybe I should. We'll keep it accurate. Good as it gets. Good as it gets, I guess. Gonna have to slim down the numbers. I'm doing the inner first. Well, I guess I don't need to do the inner. I will need to split these two to get a more accurate outline. Let's move this up. Maybe it looks better if I do that. Oh, definitely kind of this down. Yeah, it's looking a lot better for the curve. Pretty nice. So maybe lower this. Yeah, looking nice. Do I care enough? Good enough. Do not like how that's a free one. No, I think all the circles should probably be aligned rather than having any sort of sharpness to it. That's it'll definitely need more vertices. Okay, so now we got the feel all contained within the shapes it needs to make. To go on, I would recommend keeping these in case you want to keep them. Steps. Let's keep it that way. So I'm going to put a step in here. I'm going to put a step one. It's the first thing that we did, just in case you have to come back. I will now convert this into a mesh. You have to be able to edit that one. You also have to not do it there. You have to do it in here. So convert to mesh. This makes it all the vertices, although I forgot to do one step. I don't want all these jagged edges. We're going to go back. Just hit Control Z a couple of times. So too many. So back to the curved. You can tell that they're curved because it's curves rather than a mesh has a different icon. I want a little bit more. Oh yeah, because we're just going to disable that. I want a little bit more kind of curve rather than, actually I should probably just delete that. Than what I'm seeing. I don't want all the jaggedness. It actually comes out like that when you print, so not all that exciting when it comes like that. So we're gonna hit A for select all. We're gonna do right click, subdivide a couple times, maybe like 3. You kind of get to check it out. I mean, what's it look like without the image? Pretty nice. I don't really see any like issues. It's all really just line work anyway, so it's like, doesn't, curves are curves. There's no jaggedness to it. Probably move this a little bit. It's probably better that you move them like inwards more, like you have them like this. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna connect all the vertices. You can merge them a little bit more easier, but I guess I'm doing it with that one. Do want a little bit more on this. Not that it really matters, but it just looks nicer. In fact, this one was another one that had this and this, please. Where does it splice? Hold on. I'm so confused. They're connected. Oh. I swear. What? Oh, I see, I see. My bad. Yep. Why is that? I mean, yeah, just go over your lines and just double check, because I want it to be the best it could be, essentially. Really happy. So, now we're gonna do what I said before, and oh yeah, that looks so clean. Now we're gonna go back in and do the convert to mesh. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of the backup. Shit, did it. My mind racing. That was a minute. Cool. So it's a curve right now. It's a backup. I have. Go back to the Bezier curve. Do convert to mesh. It has all the vertices. In fact, it has a lot. Now, keep in mind that they are not connected. They are still line by line. You can kind of see by this, it's not connected. So what we're going to do is, if you really wanted to, you can either kind of freeform it like that, or if you wanted to be a little bit more accurate, just extend the previous one. I mean, obviously I was off just a little bit, but I mean, depends on how much you care. Delete that vertices and look at this connected. Wait, no, I want to merge, my bad. So I created the vertice, I delete that, I select these two, and then hit M for merge, and then merge at last and moves it right onto it. Same thing with this one's a little bit nicer to me. It's already kind of extended. Hit double G to slide it on the line. Then select the first, select the last, merge at last. I wonder why that was visible. Cool, so what else did we do? We did this. Gonna select these two, create a subdivision. Try to create a street of a line. Slightly off. Merge at last. Delete that, and it's connected. I could move them slightly, but I mean, I'll just do it the normal way. So I'm going to create lines instead this time, because one point is obviously dictating the connection. If you merge at last, it's going to move everything to that last one and kind of screws up that line that I'm looking for. So select these two, and then when I delete, they're connected. In fact, that's probably not even going to be that much of an issue later, because when we make the lines to outline this, like the holes don't affect it, it's probably going to become a non-issue anyway. So In fact, I could probably, if I wanted to, not the craziest. What did it look like before? Right here. Slightly off. Yeah, I just eyeballed it, to be honest. Again, not too crazy when it comes to the actual printing of it. Close enough. Merge it last. Clean lines, nothing's connected. The ears need to connect. Really nice connection. In fact, I probably don't even need to do the line. It doesn't particularly matter, so hold shift, select the two. Connected now. Oh shit, if it was only closer. In fact, I mean, I technically could make it go closer, but let's not. Trust the process. Yeah, let's move it slightly in. Eyes don't need to connect, eyes don't need to connect. Teeth need to, and this part of the mouth need to. Oops. Merge at last, simply. Teeth and just the inner line. Close enough, merge at last. I can just free eyeball this one, not too crazy on that. What else? It said that it wasn't connected because, okay, so this is one of the ones where I feel like I don't really care as much, so just merge it last. I mean, it doesn't really change much. Just kind of gives you a nice simple curve. That's fine, that's fine. Don't think this is connected. Yeah, definitely merge it last on this one because there's no vertices to give like an extra bounce. Did I connect everything? I think I sure did. In fact, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit of tests. If you hold, well, if you hold control while clicking around, it'll try to connect between the shortest path. So multiple connections. What about if I want the ears? What if I want to know that? Essentially what would happen is if they weren't connected, it wouldn't bring all the others selected in between, so decently looking, all connected. Okay, so now the actual pinboard thing. I mean, at this point, I would also just do another step. It's the unfilled image of your object. So now we're gonna actually fill it. No, we're not. I lied. we are actually going to create, well, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna fill it because we need to do the insets. So we're gonna create as many faces as we can. So that's one face. If I go to here, shit. See, that's a good catch. It's kind of bending up. That's not a problem though. So didn't quite check what I was doing. That's no big deal. What we're going to do is we're going to select all. We're going to hit scale S, and then we're going to hit Z0, and oh look, it's back to a very flat image. Oops, that's on 2. I mean, 2 should get it too anyway, so. Me just 2 though, because 2 is the one that currently has the face. Just gonna delete the face, and then you make sure we get rid of 2, because 2 is only supposed to be lines. Cool. Flat boy. Now, kind of jumping all over the place, huh? Minute mode, I want vertices, do that all over again. Gonna cover all of it. Another kind of funky thing, I don't know why it does this. I mean, I'm sure someone could tell me. With circles, I mean, this is gonna be fine. But when it comes to like the whole base plate part, in fact, I could probably just get rid of this. Should have probably got rid of that a little while ago. Like, if I try to say do this, you're kind of covering everything, including this space as well. I mean, it's going to be the whole face. You don't want that. You want the space for the whole. So yeah, we gotta not do that. Face only. So what's better to do? I could have just did that. Is just make 2 splitting lines. Make sure to grab these 2, because then they love giving you errors. We'll do that again for this circle. In fact, let's fill out this circle too. Do the other one while we're here. Yeah, there's a lot of circles on this one. Even more circles. Cool, no full circle. Shit, another circle. We'll put that to the ear though. Is that gonna be? Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. problem. Here. Everything's covered. So the reason why I started off with the faces is you need faces in order to set in face or insets. Insets are basically the thing that's going to give it the border, the thing that prevents the uh, whole things from getting in. We'll focus on this one first. So inset is I. Oops. Let's go again. Do we need to select the whole? Hmm. 1 second. Brain broken. Oh yeah, select the face still. I should have separated these. That would have made it so much nicer. We made our mistakes. So inset I'm gonna make it two borders fine. Still looks clean. It's fine to have. In fact, I probably could have got rid of that. It's all covered. That one needs to get a little bit more changed after. You just need to fix these corners. So yeah, corners are going to kind of look trashy, but the good thing about it is that they are a fixable mess rather than a catastrophe. It's stopping. Fine. In fact, what we're just going to do is we're just going to merge these two. Basically, what we're doing is we're just finding points that connect close enough. And this whole spot's blank. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to fill it back in. Boom. We got a very clean line. It's going to make it a lot easier for the merging. We were so close on this one. We're just going to do a split. Bring it down. We're going to do exactly what we were doing before. And just eyeball it too. So merge at last. It's funky because it has something over it. Got a face over, but you know what? Fixed it. Perfectly clean. So good because I don't even need to do anything. I'm going to merge at last. Whatever one kind of looks a little bit better, and then just delete all the rest. Very clear border. These aren't very much intersecting. In fact, I can just delete that. So, oh, pretty clean. So we'll merge at last. Get rid of the extra. Doesn't matter on the border. Oh yeah, I need to clean this one up too. Kind of saves me the time right here though. Yeah, you know what? Don't think I need. Oh shit, what I do? It'll look cleaner this way, I think. Cleaner. Merge at last. Delete. Clean line. Just do the reverse. I'm sure there's a lot faster. I mean, technically, you still could probably go the SVG route, but I don't really think it matters. How bad would it look if I just didn't worry about that line? What does feel look like? I'll give it a little line. It's not that bad. I'm just gonna build it off this. I'm not even really gonna give it too much of a thought. Really bad on my part. I'm just gonna give it slight angle. I'm not gonna care that much. It's not really gonna be that perfect, but you know what? Respectable. Kinda. I'm gonna thin that a little bit. Let's keep. Works for me. Works for me. Same thing kind of here, although I will kind of do some actual appropriate things to it. Essentially, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create like a separate. I should probably do one lower too. In fact, let's put this like over here. You want to cover the actual area that you're trying to make something for. We're gonna do the same thing. So inset, we're gonna put it 2 just because it kind of looks nice. We're gonna delete the ones that we create specifically for this. It's kind of gonna look ugly if you don't. Then we will get rid of these. We're gonna merge them into here, so kind of like middleman. It kind of works. Last. Clean looking curve, although maybe I'll just kind of push this a little bit better. Gonna make some endpoints. Not all that caring on it again. Looking good. Nice little wheel spin. And I think that's it for that. So we need those because if we don't, then when we stick the pinholes in, those are still going to count. If we include the, like, what we done, they don't, because we're going to build a wall and kind of block out that portion of it. I care about the fin. I'm going to block that out. So no holes, no holes, no holes, and then the body. I think the body is the only thing that's gonna get holes. Shit, do I want the teeth to have holes? Nah, they'd look better if they didn't. Nostrils won't get holes. Although I'm wondering how big I should have made those. I should have made them bigger. I'll have to check in the slicer after. Eyes aren't gonna get it, so it's just keep the, yeah, honestly, keep the ear. Keep the ear. So it's really just the big head. Do I want the flipper? Yeah, big head. So same stuff as before, select the face, hit I for inset. I'm gonna select 2 just because I want to outline. Gonna have to fix that later. Gonna have to fix these later. Thankfully, they're like the last ones that are annoying. Yeah, they're the last things that are annoying. Yeah, I want the border around it. So that. Find that that's gone. I'm gonna make 2 subdivisions on this, just so that I can't connect them. Actually, I don't even need, I don't need this one because this bottom one's already going to carry us for it, so I don't even need these. Wait, did I do the wrong side? Doesn't matter. Okay. Do we need that? No. Losing it. Okay. Just kind of give a fake. Give a pretty slacked off curve right. I don't want to touch this curve. That one it is. Looks decently enough. I'm not all that much of a stickler. That being said, I can do up to like that one. Do I for inset. Oops. Um, no, I was doing my thing. I just wasn't understanding what was happening. Damn, that's huge. Maybe I only want one. Yeah, let's give it a 1. Inset 1. Yeah, 1 looks a lot better. Just give it one more bend, just to, wrong way. Good enough. Connected to something. Outline. No outline. I still don't. Maybe I don't even really want that. What's the point? What was the reference kind of given off? Kind of makes it look weird. I don't really want that. Like, I know that's the rest of his round body, and then technically goes into the tail, but like, I could probably just forego that. Do we need it? Eh, really, it's whatever, but it's everything else in the tail other than, nope, that's perfectly fine. That needs to get all fixed. That's all kind of a mess, although, to be honest, all of it's, yep, we'll fix that later. Okay. Probably merge all this together just so. Hmm. I could have probably given them all one layer, but it wouldn't really show up as a print well, so I need to. Shit, do I want a thinner line? Hmm. Hmm. Should have thought about this. You know what? It'll look fine. Yeah, it's gonna look fine with two, because you still want the border. You don't want all the pins in there, so two is still fine. Keep that one though. Maybe not. I can just merge these. Gonna make another fake square here, so do another inset. Oh, fun stuff in here. bends in a little bit, makes it look a bit nicer. Follows the curve. Okay, move that out, get another. Take it to, well, yeah, we're gonna take it the whole way. So out here, doesn't really matter, it just needs to connect at some point. And then face, inset. That's all right. Or make any mistakes. You know what? I'm just gonna start putting them kind of. I like the roundedness. Yeah. Something isn't computing. It's fine. It's fine. I think it's that big. In fact, it's not going to be a big deal because what's going to happen later is it's all going to kind of get covered with. Yeah. Get rid of these because we're just going to merge them anyway. I see. Okay, I see. I merged the wrong one. Oh, this way it goes. All better. That might. Yeah, it's gonna save me the effort from having to keep this. It's gonna be connected. It's not gonna be an actual square. Okay, okay, that looks good. That's helping. And keep that in for now. Can I keep it in? I don't think I need these. I do because I extended them. I won't need them later though. I for Pookie Pookie 2. Yeah, I for Pookie Pookie don't know why I didn't do it the first time. Clean up. Maybe I should have had it double thick. It's kind of thick already. I'm only worried about... No, no, I can keep... Okay, cool. So I don't actually need that. The teeth are going to get messed up. I could probably just use a 1, though. So up until here. Okay, I mean, good thing I set it up like that. Get rid of that now. No longer need it. Check my work. Looking all clean. Yeah, I'll just merge them. This is by F. I'm just trying to take a shortcut, to be honest. So another inset to... I decide I don't need these. Another inset on Pookie Pookie. Oh. Damn. Huh. That was a mistake. Yeah, you know what? Need to line this, subdivide, and you know what? Just like that. It looks more or less the same anyway. It doesn't really matter. Although it kind of fucked up the same way over here. In fact, I have a better way of knowing what I did wrong or how to solve it. So I'm gonna go up to edge length. I'm gonna just measure it. It's supposed to be 2. I basically just, oh, I can't even tell which one. So I mean, I did a good job on that one. So yeah, I did on this one too. Oops, that's annoying. It's still 2 anyway, so push it in slightly. I am close to being done. I do want the faces gone. I do want the ears. The outer ears at least. Be nice. Although, is it supposed it's supposed to be inner ears. I'll fix the inner ears after. Did I round something? No, I was supposed to round this. Good enough. Don't really care all too much about that. Mm-hmm. Something else. I'm gonna have to mute that. Or maybe I don't. Okay. Back to this. Fuck, dude. Yeah, I should get a outer as well. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to edit this out now. Okay. Inset. Stop getting distracted. Inset 2. You know what? That looks better. Hmm. You have messed up, and I'm just gonna have to deal with my consequences. Guess I'll have to see when I see it. Because technically, I was supposed to have the outline on. I really want to fix that? Yeah, I do. I do. I kind of have to. Damn. Wish I did not make that mistake, but that's fine. It's fine. I'll fix it. I'll just make this slightly less layered here. Mm, how do I not fuck this up? Probably that way, I think. Shit. Inset 2. Pookie Pookie 2. Okay. Oh shit, it wasn't supposed to be 2. Actually, would it even matter if it's doubled? Would it look good if it was doubled? Oh yeah, I can't really tell. You know that doesn't look bad. Keeping it. Saves me the hassle. Kind of have to keep this, I think. So, oh shit, I turned on proxy. I could probably just get rid of all this. Damn, it's so... Can I get away with this? No, I can't. There's definitely some more subdividing. Can I get away with it now? It looks good enough. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. I did not do these by accident. And I'm so close to being done. Cookie for 2, get rid of the outer edges. Okay, those still need it. Although, you know what? I don't, kind of just freelancing at this point. Should yeah, outline that. Nah, I need it. This it kind of already got a lot of the curves, but I do need to finish the. Should probably fix that right here. Okay, I see what's going on. Two for inset two. Now we run into a specific problem. I definitely had this a couple times. I mean, just kind of connect a dot here. Yeah, it's already connected. I'm just gonna get rid of the face. I could use a knife. I'll use K. So K will bring up a knife. You can just select two vertices. I pretty sure. I don't remember if knife does snapping automatically. I think it does. You might need to Google how to snap. Just keeping up with the twos. Looking decently well. You can fix most of that, but we're just gonna go the rest of the route too. You know what? It's probably not even gonna be that important to do that. So let's just create a line here. Do selecting two. Do that. Do this. Creates it too. Yep, I didn't need to go that crazy on the outline. So it doesn't really matter, so that looks fine just enough. Damn, I couldn't get away with it. I was hoping I could do the alt click rotation. Okay, things are looking good. Just, I think, the 2 years. In fact, they're going to be easy to delete, delete. should have did it the other way. Merge this as delete these. See, what I should have done was subdivide the walls and then merge these. I kind of just did it a more complicated way the other way. That's one more to go, and then I will have the actual pin board, oops, done. 2 for insulated. There's not going to be a need for that. Oops. We'll give it a bit of a round. If I really wanted to, I'm sure I could go back into Bezier curve, make an actual like good curve or whatever, but I don't think it's really that required. Good enough. Right. Let's fix this up slightly. Let's fix this up slightly. I'm gonna look way better. Let's see, yeah. So definitely a lot more happy with it. Looks pretty nice. So here's another step that I might just do a save on for 3. You go for the Bezier curve. And I can get rid of that. Oh, because I'm on 3? Why is 3 different? What is 3? What? Did I accidentally copied 2? No. Where'd 3 come from? Dude, this file's cursed. In fact, I haven't even saved. Oops. Um, okay, so now that we have the outline, we can go ahead and create the actual body that it's supposed to have. Just like what we did before. You can go around, select in some stuff. Oops, do need that part. One of the silly things that we gotta be careful of is those lines. I do have to go back and manually like unstick them. So like on this one, shift unclick, control to select more than one. Okay, and then I can go back to playing with the vertices. Oops, I forgot about that. I'll just get everything done first and then I'll go back to lines. Because essentially what's going to happen is it thinks that everything is going to be vertices connected and then they still connect the lines. So, oh, I gotta delete that one. So now I'm on lines. So it's all one. Same thing good for you for this, although this time I remember that I gotta. You know what? I'm just gonna split here. I can merge them all in a sec. I just want to make sure I get them all at once. And I almost made the mistake of. See, I need to clean up right there. Got it. Just checking to see if anything is weird. In fact, I'm going to turn off edges just to kind of get a better picture. Looks good. I do want to clean up that one verse. Cool. And it's split off, that's fine. We're actually I can't merge them. I'd have to do split off of it. Because again, you can't have circles. They'll treat it like a full thing. So back to I could probably do it like this though. Make it a little bit more clean. That'd be a full one. Can I get away with one giant one in the center? No, because we have these things. Got the nostril. Could have almost. I could have two big things, three things, no, two. Here we go again with the select all. Oh, that's not good. Restart. We'll do it this side. Oh, too far. Oops, I already made a mistake. I'm doing inner and having outer some stuff too. It's like this, and just get this over with. What did I fuck up on? What did I fuck up on? Why is it doing that? Oh, okay, I see. I'm doing some more line funky things, so get rid of this. Get rid of this. Yeah, there we go. No, that's bad. I never fixed this. I did it the wrong way. I wasn't supposed to do it like that. I was supposed to do it like this. Would have been a clean first try. Never is, though. Looking better. Just gotta fix the lines. Should have this one down, though. Until it isn't. Did it again. That sucks. I think I can just solve the issue here, though. Just thought about a solution. Perfect. Go back to here. Do this. Edge. Cool. Do another save. Gonna do another step. These all filled in. Now, we have two things to do right now. In fact, I didn't even put any of them in steps. We have to, one, create the holes, and two, we have to create the walls of this. So I'm just gonna create a copy of our spiel. I'm gonna name it walls just so I know what I'm doing with it. Get rid of the original one. Essentially what I have to do, I'm gonna select all faces because it's gonna be a lot easier. And I'm gonna deselect the pin walls, like the holes. So I only want these parts. Yeah, I only want them, and then I'm gonna raise it by like 8 or something. Maybe, you know, it doesn't really matter. 20 is fine. So it's gonna kind of create a cookie cutter shape out of it. Now the reason I want that is because when I go and make the actual pinholes, I'll get rid of that for a second. I'm gonna go back to the original one. You know what? It's probably gonna be better if I just do the walls because it's gonna actually cut it out a little bit. So when I'm in object mode, gonna create a cylinder. I like 16/8. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter where it's at either. Yeah, 16. Could probably lower it to 8. Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna lower it. So create cylinder. It's either 8 or 16. I think it's gonna be 8. Yeah, because you want the like pin to rest on the bottom part. So we're gonna lower that down here somewhere. We are going to make the holes for it. We're gonna make it. Damn, I said 6 for 1. It to be 0.7. Yeah, actually, no, that's wrong. I'm gonna pop up a different one because I don't trust that it's 1.7. I feel like it should be 3 point something. I put 2.9 on this one. Oh, you know what? I'll trust it. 2.9. So 2.9. 2.9. You kind of want these to be bigger, so because we're gonna cut them out, we're gonna make them say 5 or something. Doesn't matter. The board's gonna be 2 anyway. It's flat. So to create the many pins holes that we need, we are going to keep this to the side. We're gonna go to the modifiers for the cylinder. We're gonna add 2 arrays. We're gonna go array number 1. We're gonna go array number 2. The first one's gonna determine how many we have like in a row, and then the second one's how many times we're going to duplicate that. So don't use relative offset. I learned that the hard way. That is janky. What you want to do is constant offset because it's going to tell you, oh, you want to go this far in, I want to, and then just to give it some extra like up, it's gonna go up. So cool. It's going to duplicate the pattern 2 times essentially. We're going to title it Go. Yeah, I said 3.4 centimeters. That's weird. I wonder if I should fix. It doesn't. Also, if you like decide that you don't do, I'll just stick a pin in the wall just to see. Do I trust my gut or do I trust my words? I'll trust my words. You can modify it again by just going into the clicking or the TV screen things and it gives you back the original size. So I'm gonna go with what I was thinking, I guess. Just more whole size essentially, as long as it fits the pen right. And you can turn back the TVs too. Okay, losing my mind. So I want in 3.5. If I go this route, it kind of opens up. You're gonna get more height if you go this. So 50. Oh yeah, this is still unrelative. See, that's my kind of like issue is that it's not nice to me. That's it. 3.6. You kind of just experiment with it until you find something. So what I mean by cleaning up is, obviously you don't want all of that around. In fact, I could probably just lower it a little bit by going to like 20, yeah, 30. So if I only wanted like this, yeah, let's increase just so I can lower it. You kind of get the trapezoid kind of look. So here's where having the 3D model is kind of nice and handy. If you select both of them, you kind of get to put your pin mark down. Damn, that's a little big. Well, I guess the model isn't all the way up. I mean, what did I put the cube at? That's the print bed, so I mean, it's fine. Guess it depends on how big you really want to make it. I mean, you can make them smaller. You can go back into the cylinder. You can turn off the TV screens. Say you did want them smaller. Oops. Oops. Had a conversation with someone, lost my thought. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go trust myself on that. So points. Oh, 2 mil. No, I was right. 2 millimeter on the. It's the fun. Just double check your measurements. Way more here. Okay. Yeah, I was just checking out like the outlines of the eyes, like how it was gonna all match up. I mean, I could just do that. Get a better picture too. Personally, I'm fine. Maybe I move it slightly. It kind of gives it a nice outline if I just do it like this. In fact, I mean, I could probably just change this slightly to make it more. Yeah, 3.3 would give it a little bit more condensed in, a little bit more time to like put in a pin. Although there's a lot of edges that like are unusable, so up or something. Makes it look better, to be honest. You know what? There's not that many unusable edges in here. I will probably take it. This is another one you should probably take a copy of because when you set these arrays, it's kind of annoying to set back up. So, still, shit, under copy. Keep it that way. Am I really happy with it though? Story of my life. It's fine. Maybe a little bit up. Oops. Together. Slightly up, I guess. Maybe. If I'm gonna go that route, I might as well move it slightly to the 2. Slightly down. Slightly down. Just because the head part wasn't coming in very clear. You know, that's fine with me. So what we're gonna do is once you actually get your final parts in, you're gonna set the you're gonna apply the array. So you need to do the bottom one first, you do the second, and it's now its own full thing. We're gonna clean it up. So clean it up by just selecting these. Oh, yeah, that's right. Select transparent so you can select multiple, like the bottom and the top portion at a time. That's not gonna affect it, I bet. In fact, let me put walls back up. Oh yeah, I can't really see walls. Let me see. It's cleaned up enough. Okay, cleaned up enough. So we're gonna go back and compare. This is kind of when I started doing a freelance lasso. Because a lot of it looks fine. It only covers the top. That sucks. Oh, because they're not all selected. I was like, I really should be seeing more. Like, if I really wanted to, probably should just be doing select circle. Just gotta be careful of the walls. I'm sure there's a function that would make this a lot easier. I just don't know it. I didn't look anything up like that. I shouldn't be touching this. See, okay, never mind. It's a lot better when I do it this way. I'm gonna keep that last one in. It's gonna be such a small thing that's not even worth it anyway. I should have probably cut it before. I don't think it would have mattered. Actually, I'll do half and half. Just so you have the option to see it be cut anyway. So, like, okay, so another thing that you probably could have done before, and it probably would have been a lot easier, but you would... Actually, I did all this wrong. I wouldn't clean it up on this one, I would clean it... I guess it really doesn't matter. So long as it gets cleaned up at one point. So my mind is thinking is, okay, cool. So I could make this a little bit more simpler just by going to modifier, generate Boolean. You select the walls as the object that it wants, and then it will try to do something that resolves it. I did the reverse. Why is it doing that? I have an idea. So I'm gonna check if walls need to have their shit cylinder working. So I don't really understand it too much, but I just know that typically your normals break a lot when doing this. So I would just select all and then I would just go back into mesh and then recalculate outside. I hope that this is going to work. I could probably check with 3D print tab. There's a 3D print add-on that'll let you see a little bit more. I mean, I have a lot of them on manifold edges because it's... Oh, he solved it. Why did it do that? That's an issue. I think I fucked with my extruding. Maybe I can solve this. Okay, so actually recalculating that outside did fix it. It would have been a bad nightmare. Some of the cylinders are getting caught up on something. So I'm going to go back to wall. I'm actually gonna check out. Hmm. Here's the like hard part. You're trying to figure out what might be wrong. I mean, this one says intersecting faces, and chances are it's going to be that. Um, what is the oh, though that would be a very big cause right there. Yep, causes a whole bunch of stuff. Just make sure that when you do touch the yeah, there's two different ones right here. I didn't connect one by accident. I think. You can see this is immediately going to be a problem too, because it still wants this. Yeah, I messed up. They would when we were doing lines, I should have connected one. Watch. I had to go all the way back around. That sucks. Yeah, I should have done something, but it's not that big of a deal. Now that we know that when we go to make the 3D part of the actual model, we are going to use as the pin board. We know to check for the bottom thing. In fact, I can fix it right on that. Cool, all back to normal. Now does that fix the cylinder problem? No, it does not. Did I cause problems with what I did? Recheck. Okay, got rid of the... I'm gonna do another recalculate. In fact, I might just try inside as well. Honestly, it's a either or. I can't really determine. Cylinders up. Okay. No, it's still doing some weird stuff. So what could possibly... It's probably going to be the non-manifold stuff that I fucked with. Because it's probably going to want to create shit in here, but it's not supposed to. Even then, can I get around it? I have to go all the way around. A lot of fixing. You know what? See, this is why we keep all the copies and shit. Because I bet I could, one, fix a huge issue right here. Because I'm on walls. It's getting stuck. What's causing issues? What is causing that line? For merge allies. Then I solved the line. Hooray! I'm just curious. Yep, it solved that whole issue. What a waste of time on the other one. I'm just gonna scale it 0 just in case because it kind of looks a little weird. Actually, I can see why because it has some outside. So recalculate outside. Yep, perfectly fine now. And with that said, I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. I'm gonna select all. I'm gonna get rid of the ones I don't want. And extrude it to 8 up. Oh no, it's still doing it. I'm not supposed to extrude, aren't I? Trying to remember what I had to do to solve it. Maybe it's the insides that matter? Ooh. Why can I not remember the solution? Okay, I remember what was going on. So we weren't supposed to have the faces in. Anything that you wanted to have as a pin board had to be solid in and of itself. So now, oh shit. I want to put all that back. I did on the actual copy. I need the wall copy. I'll make wall 2. Get rid of the original. Select wall 2. We get rid of the actual one. Now we extrude all of them to 8 or so. We got the thing. I bet it's gonna work this time, although now I need to get rid of